Hi, my name is Ava Fernandez, and today I'll be interviewing all the ASB candidates with a couple of questions. I'm here with
Sierra,
Emma Barrington,
Laina Giaramita,
Kennedy Jackson,
Maya Adimora,
Carter Preston,
Nathan Liu,
Sophia Sinning.
Okay, so first, why do you want to be an ASB officer?
As an ASB officer, I want to continue bridging our whole student body as one. I see some division between the classes, and I really want us to just unite. And I also want to keep that energy level high, because I feel like throughout the year, the energy goes down. But I want to be able to keep everybody up.
I wanted to be an ASB officer since freshman year. It's something that I've always kind of planned ahead. I'm just the type of person to have long-term goals, especially because I knew I would be in leadership for a really long time. So when I was freshman, I decided, you know what, this is something that I want to do. And so from then on, I planned out. I was like, okay, I'm going to do everything I can in this class to work towards that goal and become a better leader through all my experiences and all my commissions and all my committees that I do throughout my time in leadership.
I want to run for ASB to get more involved in our campus life and campus culture. I've been in leadership since 8th grade, and I want to just get more involved in our class and do more.
I really want to run for ASB because I felt like I was pretty qualified for the job, and I really want to make an impact on campus culture and create a new face for leadership.
I wanted to be an ASB officer because I feel like there's not really anybody above them. They make all the decisions, and they have the ability to incorporate the entire student body in everything. And that's something that I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of something that makes a difference in the school.
I want to give the student body more input onto what we do in leadership.
I want to be an ASB officer because they're the leaders of the school, and they also know how to connect to the people without even trying. And I really just want to actually get to know the community during my senior year and have a good year.
I want to be an ASB officer because I think I have many things to offer to make this campus a better place for all students here.
So what makes you qualified for ASB, and what have you been doing in leadership to help with that?
So this is my third year in leadership, so I feel like just that part in itself kind of makes me qualified. I know kind of the ins and outs of it from freshman year to now. In leadership, I was in charge last semester of my own commission, and being in charge of something like that kind of gives you a taste of what it's like to be in charge of a group as a whole. So I think that can help me see what aspects of ASB I'd be good at.
I have been the Secretary-Treasurer class office for 3 years now. I really emphasize on my experience because I feel like people underestimate what class officers do. As Secretary-Treasurer in junior year right now, we're planning prom. So I have been handling all the money that we've been spending and also earning from prom.
Yeah, so I think this year I've really stepped up into a new leadership role, taking on more of a total support and other responsibilities this year. I especially stepped up in the first semester because I knew I'd be busier with baseball in the second semester. Also, being the guy on the tutorial announcements really helps get some publicity and get some names out there, so that's good.
Around leadership, I've been really involved in our technology commission. We send out the calendars every month to keep the student body updated on what's going on around campus. We also have a big part in our Instagram posts and everything that goes on Instagram to increase campus culture that way.
So the thing that makes me qualified is I'm a third year in leadership. I've been here since my freshman year working on different programs. I actually started up a birthday card, so everyone gets a birthday card every single day on their birthday. And also I've created ways to get students more recognized in Student of the Month and getting captain awards. And I'm actually working with Miss Cherry to get actual awards for all the winners and recipients.
Honestly, I'd say I've been doing a lot of things on campus. I'm a club officer of the 3 clubs. I'm the president of Book Club, vice president of Environment Club, and secretary of BSU, so I know how to run a club.
I'm currently the junior class vice president, and I've been planning prom.
So I run broadcast. I've been behind the scenes a lot, but this is my little thing over here. It keeps me busy a lot because there's always something to do, whether it's write scripts or record videos or edit, which takes a really long time. For qualifications, I feel like I'm really good at working with people. It's something that I'm really proud of, that I've worked on a lot throughout my time here in leadership. I used to be really shy. Now I'm a lot more social, and also I just I really like to get things done, and I really like to see people improve and myself improve. And so I want to work with leadership, and I want to work with this campus to make it as good as it can be.
If you were to become ASB, what would you want to see change around ROD?
One big change I want to see around ROD is the communication between leadership and the student body. I've actually been working on a project this year in order to make that happen. Starting in August, there will be a Rodriguez High School app that'll send out notifications for all events going on and keep our student body updated more than it has been.
I would like more participation from the greater student body in school events.
Honestly, I think campuses are pretty ignored when it comes to like making better connections with the student body. I would want for clubs to host their own events each month or have them collaborate with leadership. I also want students to have their artwork displayed on campus. I want to do beautification projects, and I want to work with clubs to make this campus prettier for everyone.
I want to see people actually want to go to events other than just seeing the events and like disregarding them. Like I want people to come and actually know about what's happening, want to do the spirit days, not just say, oh, I don't know what that is.
I think I just want to see more like interaction from the student body at Rod. I think that a lot of the times we get just a lot of leadership kids in events, and I really would like to see some more student body participation.
So obviously there is a very blatant disconnect between leadership and the rest of the student body that I think that we could fix through just very small little things that we could do. So leadership, they always have commissions that they do, and they're very separate from everyone else. But I want to include clubs and the student body and what we do in leadership.
I definitely want to see more inclusion within the student body. I feel like we've done a lot better this year with getting a lot more people involved, but I think we need to do a better job at reaching the underclassmen. I think we kind of have a narrow view of focusing on juniors and seniors, and Rod is more than just juniors and seniors. We need to focus more on incorporating the underclassmen in the things that we do, and that's something that I think is going to be a goal for next year.
I really want to see more unison of our school, especially for our senior year. I want us to have a really memorable one. I just want the energy to just be so high, and I want everyone to just be excited to go to events, because I feel like people are just oh, we have a Rose School game, but I want people to be yay, Rose School game, So I just really want it to be just a positive school year.
So last, what would you say your biggest strengths and weaknesses are?
So my biggest strength is I'm very organized. I'm very on time. I do not procrastinate most of the time. And my weakness is I'm very strong-headed. Sometimes it's hard for me to deal with change. So my strength, I would be able to organize the class and certain stuff. And my weakness, I'd have a harder time working with people who are more want to change things. But I think that with that weakness also comes the ability to learn and grow and develop as a leader.
One of my big strengths is I'm very outgoing. I'm not afraid to approach people and talk to them, or just be outgoing in a nature that gets more people involved in our campus. I'm also very driven. Once I put my mind to something, it will get done. It will get done right, or it will get done nicely. I also tend, which seems like a weird weakness, to ask too many questions, which can be seen as lacking initiative. So I need to take more initiative and be more decisive on matters.
My biggest strength is how little I get frustrated, and my biggest weakness is how afraid I am to talk to people.
I'm a very positive and optimistic person. I feel like I can go up to anyone and say that their outfit looks good. I have done a lot the past 3 years, and leading up to this moment, this is the final stretch. I feel like under stress, I get overwhelmed a lot. So ASB is really stressful, but that's what I'm going to be committing to, and I'll take accountability of how stressful it's going to be, and it's going to be okay.
I feel like a good strength that I have is I feel like I'm a team player. I'll generally ask, everybody that's a part of the team, how are we feeling? What are we going to do? What's our next plan of action? And then I feel like a weakness of mine is sometimes I do tend to let my emotions get the best of me. If something makes me upset, sometimes I'll act on it. And that's just a weakness I have, a part of being a leader.
I think my biggest strength as a leader is that I'm not willing to back down from anything. I will always give things a first attempt, even if I don't think that I'll do great at it, because I think it's best to give everything a shot. I can be a bit reluctant to speak at times, but I'm really trying to put myself out there, and obviously running for ASB is a huge thing, putting your name out there, and it's going to be great for my character development.
I think my biggest strengths are talking in front of people and taking charge of a situation. Probably my biggest weakness is my artistic creativity. It's just really lackluster.
So my strength is I feel like I'm pretty friendly. I feel like I get along with a lot of people very well. I'm able to work with people. I would say that that's also somewhat my weakness, because it's very hard for me to be like very assertive and be like, you need to do this, but I also don't think that is necessarily a bad thing. A big thing for me and for a lot of leaders is that you should be friendly and likable, and people should trust you. And so I believe that if you're polite and you become friends with people, then they're more likely to trust you and listen to you and be as responsible and be their best self that they can be.
Thank you so much to all the candidates who I interviewed. Voting starts the 22nd and ends at 3:30 on the 24th.